Hey there, it's Dave Conklin. I'm going to take a couple of minutes to go over data journalism and high-end link building, high-end digital PR, whatever you want to call it, and basically give a rundown of exactly what we do. We're very transparent here, and this is exactly kind of how it works. So we're in the middle. This page that I'm showing you right now is not actually live yet, but we basically went out and harvested data from a bunch of different sources on the internet that broke out safety ratings of vehicles, the costs of those vehicles, and the years and different features and things. And we created this piece of content around these graphs and charts. Now, these don't look great yet. Our design team is currently redoing these, but this is what our data science guy basically put together. And then we write content around that. Now, this is a study on are cars getting safer or not? And is spending more money on a car automatically making you safer? And some other data that we can kind of glean out of here. We actually downloaded thousands of vehicles, makes and models from, I think we did 2000 on or 2005 on, something like that, and just pulled a lot of great data out of here. And next up, what we're going to do is we have a database here of sites that have talked a lot about car information in the past. Now, some of these aren't relevant, like we probably won't get anything from Yelp, but like CarMax, if they have a blog, Dealer Rater, vehiclehistory.com, we're basically going to go to each one of these high-end sites that ranks for, thousands and thousands of keywords. We're going to try to get referenced in a Wikipedia article. I know that's a do follow for you SEO nerds out there, but we have seen, and I can show you data that proves that when you get a Wikipedia article that sticks, it does mean a lot to search engine rankings. So these are all these just car sites that are out there. So what we're hoping to do is we're going to go out to each one of these and we're going to find contact information, and we're actually going to reach out to them. Now, I'll show you sometimes what we do. This is an example of sites we've gone through that are not quite as high end as those sites, but we do guest posts and things where we go out, we find the guideline URLs, we find contact information if we can, email addresses, and then we actually email those individuals and negotiate with them to try and get content on their sites and whatnot. But it's always nice if we have something strong to link back to. And in this case, it's this data journalism story on safety ratings versus price. And I want to reiterate again, this isn't done yet, but it's something that we're going to be launching here soon as the design is done. Now, let me show you an actual example. So this is something we did with my degree, and we did Welcome to the Real World, Who's Hiring from Top Colleges. So we actually did this article where we looked at LinkedIn data, and we saw who hires from the top 100 schools. So we grabbed the top 100 schools, and then we found out who is actually hiring people from those different schools. It's very interesting data when you break it out. Who hires from the party schools? So you'll notice that Google is not at the top of that list, but IBM is. So it's interesting to me that Google doesn't hire a lot from there. So which schools do top companies hire from? And this breaks out the school rankings and then who hired from what. This is a very interesting study where we broke down a lot of really great data and, we sourced it and all that. So then we went out and pitched it, and we got a bunch of people to talk about it. And here's a couple examples. So this was the Times Higher Education World University Rankings. And you can see here that when we contacted Carly and said, hey, we have this really cool study that we did. We showed her a link to this, and she was like, absolutely, I love it. I'm gonna write an article about it. So she used some of the charts that we actually had on our site, and you can see here's the link. The Welcome to the Real World report by With My Degree. And then when you click that, of course, it goes to our website. And my point here with this is, now we've done some other link building and stuff as well, but this is just a way to get really high-end sites to link back to you. So, and you can see here, by the way, this site ranks for 362,000 keywords. So that's an absolutely amazing website to get a link from. Excuse me. Here's the University Herald, and they also covered us. So you can see when we get down here to welcome to the real world, and it credits with my degree, and it breaks down some information on that. And also we got a link on Fox News or foxbusiness.com. So again, we contacted Serena and we said, hey, we got this really great article, and she broke out some data and then also included links to our actual information that we had published. So that's why it's really important when you do content to have some graphics and charts that people can actually include in their articles, so that they have some stuff they can actually talk about and mention already. So let's go over one more. So this was a hazards of distracted driving video. We created this video, and basically it breaks out different over 20 minutes of filming. We looked at what type of distractions people had while they were driving and whatnot. And we then broke out and did an actual study and infographics and whatnot, where we really broke out all this really great data on different information and things like that. And of course, we source our data and all of that as well. Now here, you can see links that we got, and I'll show you a couple of those again. So here is digitaltrends.com, which ranks for over about 9.5 million keyword phrases. This is a huge link, and they use some of our graphics in there, and here is where you actually click to see the full story. So we got a legitimate, amazing, keyword or link from these efforts. And then we have this one from not as good of a site, but still a great site, motor1.com, broke out and did the same thing, and they linked to us here. And then over here, this, if I refresh this, Autoblog, which also ranks for well over 2 million keywords, they actually created their own video. If you watch this and it autoplays. Loading.
Video from the SR22 agency shed some light on just how distracted we are as drivers. SR22 agency focused their camera on a stretch of I-95 in South Florida, highlighting 20 minutes of rush hour traffic. A total of 2,185 drivers were observed during the 20-minute study, and 185 people, or 8.6% of drivers on that road at that time, were driving distracted. Now, Florida is a state that allows people to talk on the phone while driving.
So they did that. They linked to us here, and then they broke out, some very interesting, information there. So this is the results that you get from this high-end stuff, and that's why we take so much time and effort to put together content that's really, really great. So I hope this gives a strong breakdown and understanding of what exactly we're doing. The biggest thing to keep in mind is when you're looking at those high-end opportunities, you want to visit each of these sites. Like if you're going to do this on your own, when you go to edmunds.com and you start to look around their site, you're going to look for, okay, do they have articles somewhere? Like here's research, My Insider. Those could be some places where we might be able to get some links. Sometimes there's a blog or a resource section or articles or something like that. So I'm trying to close this so I can look. So let's go to research, for example. And you can see here's car reviews, first impressions, car forums, car leasing, car news, car finder, buy a car. So we might be able to click on car news over here. And what we're looking for now is we want to find some writers that we can actually contact and reach out to just to say, hey, you got to mention this really great article we just did. So, you can see these are best mid-size vehicles, different things like that. Here's latest tips and advice. So 6 tips to make navigation apps work better for you. This is a perfect type of opportunity. Latest tech news would be good as well. So if we click on this and we go to this page, we want to see who's talking about this, and really dig in. Now this doesn't have an author at the top. See if it has an author at the bottom. It doesn't look like it does. So what I might do then is I might look at LinkedIn or I might look at, Facebook and try and see if I can't, get their attention, or even Twitter, see if I can get their attention to say, hey, what's going on. Lastly, I think, well, here's press. Oh, so that's their press. Here they are, media contacts, ding, ding, ding. So what I would actually do is grab these folks right here and see if we can't maybe, get them to, get us in contact. We could do that. Or we could also do like writer@edmunds.com, and we may find out who the writers are. So here's the editors at Edmunds. Bingo. So there they are. And then if we go back, and I also noticed here's an actual author review. And now take a look at this. So here's Mark. And so we can actually, because this is like this URL is edmunds.com/about/authors. Sorry, talk really fast there. We could do a site colon and put that in, and now here's 79 results. These are all of the authors at Edmunds, and we can now have some really great context there. So that's one. Let me go through one more example. So if we're going to do the same thing, let's say with autoblog.com. So this is an easy one. We can very easily see, here's Joel, here's Murleen, all that, and those people are right there. So this is actually a really easy one. What I might do though is I might go onto the site and search for something related to safety. And here's the history of car safety. So this one's a little newer, but it's on a specific car. Car recall news. Going down. So I might do two things. I might go to this one and then also to this one. The reason is this is an older article from 2007, so this author may not be there anymore. So let's just go and check it out. So here's Gary from 2007. So I'll click on Gary's name, and I know that he writes about auto safety. And the challenge is he stopped writing in 2011, it looks like. So, that's obviously a challenge that we have there. Now, here's a contact and a tip us. So there you go. Here's a form that we could use to get in contact with them. We could upload a screenshot of the the page we're looking to push, and get that information out. So there's two sites down. We were able to find two. I'm going to go to one more just real quick. So let's go to truecar.com, because this is another site where you kind of go there to look at price transparency and all that kind of stuff. But typically people do have some kind of a blog or something. So I'm going to scroll down to the bottom first. There it is, TrueCar blog and Insights blog. So I'm actually going to hold my command button down, Control on a PC. I'm going to open these two. I'm not going to do developer blog just because I think that's more about programming and whatnot. So here's insights.true.com. And we can click on this, and this is right along the lines of the stuff that they are actually using. So here's TC admin. Now, so it looks like this is the individual that Cap Shaw. So now we can do some research on him. We could go and we could we could look him up on LinkedIn or whatnot to reach out and contact him that way. So here's here's another quick thing. Notice how this one, insights.true.com, and it only gets about 2,000 in the traffic section, ranks for 1,000 keywords. The other one I clicked on, truecar.com, that's the actual domain name, whereas this one is just insights.true.com. So what I would definitely want is to get my link here, not on the Insights blog. So, this is really where we want to be. So what kind of car buyer are you? I'll click there. Hopefully there's an author here. Oh, nope, that's a quiz. So here's a contact us or a work for us. So boom. That's their contact info. So what I might do again, whoops, that's not what I wanted. Click that already. So the contact us link. So here we go. Boom. I can call them and I could talk to them and see who their writers might be. Here's a media inquiry. I could hit that right there. I could hit our team. I can send this email. There are so many ways to get in contact with them right now. If I go to our team, and it does not look like in any of this information we would find writers or anything like that. But down here, nope, not seeing anything there. So, and I'm not going to call Chip because he's too high level. So what I might now do is truecar.com. I might do author. And I'm going to look down a few. No, I don't see anything here. So I might do writer. Now remember, we already found some ways to get in contact. Here we go. Oh, again, he's a co-founder. However, we can, of course, go here and click on TrueCar. And we can see wow, they have almost 700 employees. That's crazy. Here we go. Here's an SEO director. Definitely somebody to talk to because they understand what we're trying to do. And you can dig through here. But so these high-end links are really worth the time to spend to really look up who the perfect person is and all that so that we can, continually pitch this stuff. Plus, when sites of this magnitude publish content, publish links to your site, they tend to get picked up by other people and get spread on social media as well. And that's kind of the whole point. So that is it. I hope that you have a wonderful day.